Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to March's recipe challenge for the Spending Freeze 2.0 Facebook group. On the 10th of every month, I come to you with a recipe challenge. Now, if you are a member of that group, you know we call it Spending Freeze, but it's not really about necessarily a full-on spending freeze. It's about completing some of those projects that we have. It's about shopping our stash and using some of our gorgeous goodies. And then, some over there have chosen a certain amount of projects to get done before they allow themselves to buy. Some are doing a 3-month spending freeze. Some are just buying a little bit more with intention. So basically anything goes, but we definitely have a goal and a focus of using our gorgeous goodies. And I try and make the recipe challenges so that you can actually accomplish that maybe in an easier way or in a way that you might not have thought of. So for this month, let's start with the project focus. And this month, I'd like you to scrapbook yourself. So one thing that you could do is yourself, a story about yourself, something that you did this month, something you're proud of, something you're looking forward to, something that's on your bucket list, but scrap lift something about yourself, or, which I think brings that in, is do a currently page. Those I think are fun every once in a while. I definitely don't do one every month. I actually don't really even do one very, very often. But I thought, because there is a fun little item that I wanted to record, so I thought I would do a currently, and I have lots of photos here. So one of the things that I wanted to record, I've got this upside down, is I finally gave in and bought myself a little tablet. Now I went very low end. It's an older model. I think it's a Samsung A7 Lite, something like that. There was a 50% sale. So basically, I got this for just a little over $100 or something like that. And because really the one thing I want to use this for is reading. Instead of buying a Kindle, I thought I would try it on a tablet. And I've always been one that needed the physical book. I love books. I love the smell of books. I love holding the book. I love reading the book. But I've suddenly realized that I'm collecting so much paper. And where I am living now, I do put some in the little free library, but I live in I live in Quebec, about an hour north of Montreal, so a very French community. I read in the original language. I don't like reading translations, and I'm a cozy mystery buff, as you know if you follow me. So basically, I read in English. So I do put some every once in a while. I get some little comments. People say, oh, you're the lady that puts the English books. But on the whole, I don't really have an awful lot of places to donate my books too. So, Deb comes from Cornwall and I give her a big bag and she brings it back and she takes it to the Salvation Army. Maybe I should ask some of my friends on here whether they would like some books. I do share a couple with some of my friends. But anyway, I decided that I really needed to maybe try and embrace the technology and the Kindle app. So I got myself a tablet. So there you go. So I thought it would be fun to do a currently, document that. I've been watching Death in Paradise. A new series came out. I think it's series 13. So I went back. I had, for some reason, taken a long break. I think I was only on at the end of series 8. So, and this is really a fun series to watch in the winter. It is March. So something that I've discovered recently to go along with my reading is March Mystery Madness. On YouTube, it's a series. There are a lot of lovely, lovely hosts and all sorts of fun stuff. I've been following a few booktubers, I guess as they call themselves recently, one of which is Beach Bum Bookworm. I'm going to put her channel down below because you follow her and it sort of opens up a lot of other channels, and she's very supportive of everybody, and it's just such a fun channel. And it's March Mystery Madness, which is something they do. I've never heard of it, something they do every year. There's a theme. So anyway, I wanted to record that because I've been picking some books along with the prompts that go for that. It is also, there are 2 major Masters tennis tournaments. So I have these in different formats. So there is Indian Wells, which is a Masters 1000, but it's sort of like the biggest one. It's almost a Grand Slam. Some people actually refer to it as the 5th Grand Slam. That's going on this month, so I'm reading, I'm watching. And then I got to go to my sister from another mister. It was her birthday last weekend, so I got to go to Cornwall for the weekend. We watched some hockey, we did all sorts of fun stuff, we played some games, and my absolute, I have to go to this lovely, lovely Indian restaurant when I'm there, Wow India. There's one in Ottawa, one in Cornwall. It is absolutely amazing, so I want to get that down as well. So, so as I said, you can do scrapbook yourself, a story about yourself, or a currently. Now, I'd also like you to think about a little bit of a different format. Nothing too crazy, but for instance, if you are generally a single page 12 by 12 scrapbooker, why not try a double page? And that is what I am going to do with this. I don't do a lot. I do 6 by 8 double pages fairly frequently, but I hardly ever remember to do 12 by 12 double pages, and they are so fun. If you love double pages, go make sure you are following Scrapbooking Quebec, Dorothy. Here, I'll put her channel down below as well. And in fact, I got this idea for a double page from a new series she's doing, which I think she's called, is it Power Scrapbooking? As the time I'm recording this, there are 3 videos up, and I definitely got a design idea. Her 3rd video is getting page designs ready for that sort of power scrapbooking series, and I got this idea to do a double page from that. And I think this kind of thing is perfect. Doing it currently is perfect for a double page. So this would be sort of like a focal point page, and then a second page where these photos could sort of be like a grid or a collage or something like that. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm generally a single page 12 by 12 or 6 by 8 double pager. So I'm going to try and do a 12 by 12 double page. If you're a double page scrapbooker, maybe you want to try and do an 8.5 by 11 double page, or try and do an 8.5 by 11 if you're a 12 by 12, or do 6 by 8. But just give a little bit of a different format. Try something a little bit different. And I suspect many of us are going to go the double page route, which is fun. Absolutely perfect. Then, now to get into our stash and the focal point that we have for this whole Facebook group, I want you to go in and get a collection, a kit, page kit, something that you have put together or that you bought that you used quite a bit of and then sort of put back into your stash and forgot about it. Now that could be a kit club kit, and you know, you just got the kit club, you just got your kit and you did 4 or 5 pages with it, and then you have quite a bit left, but you wanted to move on to something else, so you put it put it back into your stash. It could be a collection. You know, every month I do with Cilla and Terry and a few others, we do Collection Obsession, where we get a collection out and we try and get 4 layouts done. And then sometimes we put that back into our stash. It could be a bunch of page kits that you got ready either for 30 days of sketches, or Follow a Sketch February, or May I Scrap Lift You series, or any of the sort of monthly series that we do, and then moved on to another series and made a whole new bunch of page kits and forgot about some of the page kits that you had already in your stash. Dig them back out. Might be a paper pad that you've used a lot of, but have a lot left over. Anyway, you get the idea. Go into your stash, get some of those bits that you use, but then you sort of just put back in your stash. And I have here a Pretty Little Studio, and it was Ginger Snap, and I got that, when was that now? I think a couple of years ago, because I got it from Scrapbook Your Joy, and she hadn't announced her closing or anything at that point. So I think it must be a good 2 years ago, and I needed everything in that collection. I had never had any Pretty Little Studio, so I bought most of that collection. So I'm definitely going to go in and use that. I did use it, but obviously not enough. So straight away I can see here that I definitely want to use this paper. And I also have here, I also have the 6x6 papers, and I seem to have used more of those perhaps. All sorts of lovely bits here. Got some letters, some alphas in here. I even have some scraps. Oh, this is fun. I definitely want to bring that in. This heart paper, I think, would go beautifully with this. Again, bearing in mind that I want to try and do a double page. Is there another pattern here that I could use? This is definitely usable. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I might, there we go. I might want to use this. So this I could use for sort of like the focal images, which will be all about the tablet. And then this over here for sort of the collage. And I think they go very, very well together. Let's definitely do that. You might bring in these hearts. We'll see. Very fall-oriented. The houses, because these are all fun items, you know, photos from home. So I'll bring that in. See, this is something I'm going to find hard to use. Oh, no. And the back. These are cute. See, remember I wanted to fussy cut these out. Didn't do it. This is a fun page for this one as well, and there we go. All right, so I think I'm going to put that. I'm going to put these 2 little bits, and I'm going to put that paper in there for sure. Ooh, that went flying. And then I have all sorts of bits in here. I have die cuts. I have 2 sets of die cuts here. So I have floral die cuts and bird seed shapes. These are fun. So these have stars and circles and all sorts of fun shapes. So, oh, and I have, look at this. I have some die cuts here that I made. Oh, this is fun. This I did for a Background Basics, the series I did all of last year. We did 12 of them. We did it for a full year of Background Basics with my lovely friend Helen. So get some die cuts or look, a full set of tags. Okay, so let's use some tags. Let's use some tags or tabs. So we have that as well. So tags or tabs, I'm going to put that in here as well. And then let's use some flair or flair-like items. So I have some flair here, and I even have book flair. These I've had forever and ever. Hey Little Magpie. So I've got some actual flair here. I have an epoxy flair here, which I think is from Scrap and Happy Studio. So I have epoxy flair, regular flair. I have a pre-made wax seal here, which to me is sort of like flair light, a little bit of dimension, and it is circular. There are also, in 49 in Market or Pink Fresh Studio, there are chipboard flair, and then little wood buttons, which to me are flair-like. So flair or flair-like items. And then let's get some wood on here. Wood, so again, these little wood buttons would fit in that. And or wood veneer. You could use letters if you have them. So I've got here, these are from Chadney, books and some tennis themed. And then these fun little hearts, which I think I got from Spiegel Mom Scraps at some point. These lovely little wood hearts that have love on them. This one is just blank. So there you go. So some wood. So there you go, my friends. So I hope that gets you thinking, and I hope it's a little bit different and it's fun. So let's do a layout or a project about yourself and or a currently in your life. And that could be reading, watching, cooking, eating, your exercising, your work, anything. So a currently, or document something about yourself being the focal point of your project. Try to embrace a different format of sorts. So maybe a double page spread, or an 8.5 by 11, or a 6 by 8 double page spread if you've never tried it before and it makes a little bit of difference. Or you know what you could do? You could do a 12 by 12 with a 6 by 12, or a 12 by 12 with a flap kind of thing. So anything, it doesn't have to be big, or it could simply be getting a lot of photos on a page using a waterfall kind of thing. So a little bit of a change in your regular format. Dig into your stash, get a kit, a collection, page kits, something that you have put back into your stash after using some of it, and then sort of just put it back in your stash and forgot about it. Use some flair-like items, whether that be actual flair, chipboard type flair, wax seals, epoxy flair, wood buttons. Use some wood veneer or wood, whether it be veneer or wood, on your page. And then for the fun of it, get some tags and tabs. And this you could use tags or tabs, or you could just, with whatever collection that is, use some embellishments that are in there that you have a lot of. So in this case, I want to use these, but it could be the die cut packs or die cuts that you made, any of that. So my friends, it will be 1 second for you. I'll be back with my layout. I don't think I'll be doing the process today because I'm doing this on Saturday, and it is Indian Wells, and we have 3 Canadians playing today. So I am likely, this morning it's reasonable out there, but as soon as like 11 or 12 gets here, the rain, the wind, it's going to be that kind of weekend. So I think I'm going to put some tennis on, get this layout done. So I'll probably come back and just show you the double page spread, do a few chores, and I will see you in a sec. Bye for now, my friends. Well, there you go, my friends. So the layout is done. As I mentioned to you, I was watching some tennis. Our Canadians are playing this up. Well, one of our Canadians had to withdraw, but I was watching some tennis and I got this done. So now, I guess, would you call this a complimentary page as opposed to a double page spread? I don't know. Should we have a discussion about that? If you watch, again, I'm going to bring Dorothy's channel back because she's a double page scrapbooker and she does beautiful, beautiful work. And so I guess a double page spread would be really a 12 by 24 canvas where you create one big layout, of which she does beautifully. And then there are also some which I guess are more like this, which you would call complementary, which is partly what she is doing in her new series of power scrapbooking. So I guess this would be complementary, and I don't think it matters whether we call it double page, complementary. It's 2 pages, same subject, there you go. And I used all of the items, of course, from the challenge, thankfully, since it's my own challenge. So I did use the 3 pieces of paper that I showed you. So September afternoon, popcorn, and then this lovely housewarming, which I used a little bit of. Now, I did try to do a little bit of repetition. So you see I used a large piece of it here, and I used just a little tag of it over on this side. I got some pops of black on both sides, tags on both sides, so that there is some repetition from one side to the other. So the first page here, which I mentioned, is the whole deal about my now getting a tablet. So I finally gave in and got a low-end tablet so I could do some Kindle reading and reduce paper. I also enjoy watching YouTube on it. So sometimes if I'm scrapping, I can put YouTube on the iPad and sort of, on the iPad, it's not an iPad. I don't get along with anything I'm an Android through and through. So on the tablet. And then on this side, this is not quite what I had in mind. You know, I was showing you I was going to do some sort of grid. And in the end, I really, really like this design. I guess it's a little bit like an L design, although because the 2 main papers are put in an L, but you can't really see much of the L anymore. So our March Mystery Madness, Indian Wells, Watching Death in Paradise, and going to Wow India in Cornwall. So all of these things and fun bits are fun in March. This book nerd that I put here as my title over on this side is something that I've had in my stash forever. I don't really remember where it comes from. I know it's not a Bramble Fox. I've had it longer, even longer than I have known Bramble Fox. I don't know. It might have even gone all the way back to a Scraptastic kit. Not sure, but I have it there. So my 2 photos. I have my flare items, my wood veneer, this lovely collection that I hadn't used in a very long time, a currently page, and my tags. So there you go, my friends. I can't wait. The album is up. By the time this goes live, the album is up over in the Facebook group. I can't wait to see your takes on this month's challenge. So I will see you over in the Facebook group, and I will see you back here also very, very soon. Thanks so, so much for being here with me, my friends. Bye for now.